like the rhythm of the sun. Well, I was wide awake until the dawn upon her face, and the echoes of our song as it hummed along. So stay with me, you are my missing pieces. Oh, you are my missing pieces. You are my missing pieces. So won't you stay with me? Good morning, Johnny. Good morning,
Richard.
Army. We are back at it. We haven't forgot you. We actually have, I'm going to say it right off the top, a very exciting month, because not only are we about to take on RM's entire album, but we were just looking at our schedule here. October 28th, write it down, we're going to do Jimin's entire album as well live. So we just
the one that started it all, really, for our into our BTS foray.
Well, certainly the live aspect of it, the live stream interaction. You guys have been so supportive, and it's just been an awesome journey.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah.
So we do have a lot to get to, so I kind of want to jump right in. That being said, we have been advised that there is a whole lot of cursing that's about to take place. Now, we already know that from Nuts, because we reacted to that off this album. We're going to listen to that one again today. But I've been warned that that's not the only song. There's like a lot. So, in the spirit of still...
Richard.
in the spirit of still attempting to keep a fairly family-friendly channel, I want to at least put an advisory on here. So let me pull that up. Let's see. What?
Okay.
This might be
swearing.
This might be excessive. Hold on, that's not right. Like, we're gonna watch from behind bars. Hold on. It's supposed to be a little one. There it is. It's a little one. And I think it's better in your corner, since you're the one that's usually trying to break the rules anyway. So I feel like it's suited in your corner.
You know what's funny, though? Growing up, you were the one that broke the rules all the time, and I was the rule follower.
How life has swapped over the years.
I'm still a rule follower, probably.
All right, so the album is called Right Place, Wrong Person. And the album cover is... John, I don't know if you saw the thumbnail that came with the album cover. And you guys can fill us in. It's a wedding party, and I think RM's in it. Now, him not getting married, but a best man. Is that right? But the title of the album, Right Place, Wrong Person, showing a wedding party, is just kind of a big statement in and of itself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. Let me pull up the first video here.
I can't wait for this. It's going to be great.
Yes, this is the very first. Not only is this the first album, let's see, you're asking. Not only is this the first album we've ever reacted to from BTS, it's our first album reaction, period. Like, we've never done a full album.
Wow. I would have thought we did, but we haven't.
I mean, I think we've gotten to all of the songs from an album, I think, at some point.
Yeah. Okay, but never... Right, exactly.
And to make it even more interesting, I personally have never listened to an entire album by a rapper ever. So this is all new territory for me. And what makes it weird is I'm actually looking forward to it.
I know. I do love RM. Neither of us are big rap guys, but we do, every once in a while there's people that creep up that we love.
Yeah, this should be good. Oh, wait, before we start, I forgot.
Yes, please. Yes, hit like and subscribe. It's Monday. Oh, God. Please hit like and subscribe and ring that bell, people.
Yes, and please, if you don't mind, if you are enjoying the reaction, consider buying us a coffee in the link of the description below. And you can even become a silver, gold, or diamond Throne member for added perks. And also check out Throga.com to learn more about your voice in the 7 dimensions of singing with our online vocal courses.
Should I fill people in a little secret? Fill people in on a little secret? This is actually decaf. I've been trying to cut out the calf before. I'm trying to wait a little bit before I have caffeine because I feel like I crash later on in the day. Maybe I need calf.
Whereas I doubled down. This is almost black coffee, which I hardly ever have. So there you go. All right, let's do this. First song is Right People, Wrong Place, which is, I had to read 20 times because I was like, oh no, I have the title of the album wrong. But it's, yeah, like complimentary.
Okay.
Let's see. Did anyone answer my question regarding the cover information? I might have missed that. All right, so I'm going to look back to that. Here we go.
Just another manic Monday day.
Subscribe. It's like a detuned. I'm getting, there's a lot of movement going on, right?
Yeah, so they call it panning. Yep.
Yeah, so this is the challenge
right to left. Yeah.
that I have, because for those of you who don't know, I'm completely deaf in my right ear. So I feel pressure. Like there's a sense of sensation of vibration in the ear canal in terms of like the membranes, the skin, and things like that. Just a sense of pressure. That's why I always have it in both sides, because there's still a feeling of pressure that equalizes it, but I don't actually hear any sound. So I'm hearing like a sound kind of like fades, but then there's a vibration here. I'm like, okay, I think that panned, right? So I'm like, my brain's trying to chase what's happening. So I often listen in mono, but I don't have that set up right here. So that's
likewise. I'm feeling an emotional pressure right now because it's something. It's building up to something.
It is.
This is a great first track. You know, it's not your conventional, verse chorus type thing. This is definitely like a setup type of thing. You know, it's kind of short, not your typical format by any means.
Which I'm a sucker for. I like. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, you're a sucker for it.
No. I like the idea of having an introduction. Like, it makes it feel like the album is going to be an experience versus just single, that kind of approach.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's a conceptual element to it. But yeah, I love like the Stranger Things 80s, synths coming in, and it's always, everything that he does, it's got some, as far as the track, the instrumental track behind it, there's always just a cool experimental element to it, which I really like.
Mm-hmm. Let's keep.
I'm not afraid of doing that.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
That is pretty cool. What I like immediately, and we already know this from listening to Nuts, which we're about to listen to again, and I won't stop because we already did a full like reaction to the Nuts video, but I want to see it again, so I'm just gonna let it play through. I promise not to disrupt it.
Yeah.
But what I want to say is that, given the intro and what we heard here, and Come Back to Me, which I think is the last track, that's the other song that we heard already. What I really like and appreciate as a vocalist, even though everything we heard is mostly rap style with, you know, melodic influence. We know we can sing, obviously. It's super synthy. It's got all these very digitized computer sounds, and they left his voice raw. It's not, I mean, I don't know if they melodined anywhere on there, if they made a pitch correction or two. I don't know. I wasn't in the studio. But we've heard a lot of BTS heavy on autotune. It's just the raw, authentic, you know, just the dance of the voice, what do I want to use? It's unkeyed, unfretted instrument. It's not supposed to be perfect. That's what makes the human voice so interesting. So to have that as its genuine core and all this digital manipulation around it, I think is cool.
Maybe that's a sign of the things to come, because when you have your ringleaders, so to speak, the BTS, the people that are at the forefront of what's going on, and they're the ones saying, hey, this is cool to do, maybe that's, you know, maybe that's the new trend, you know, where it's real is back in style, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe that really real raw thing.
Which is super cool. By the way, I'm going to put transparency on this. I think we got away without the transparency at all when we did it just as a song. But whenever we've done multiple songs, even with the hype label, there's been an issue. And given that we're listening to a whole album today, I'm 99.9% sure this will be blocked globally. So I'm probably going to have to repost this tomorrow in parts. So if you're not here today, or if you're here today and you want to go back and watch something, there might be a 24-hour delay. We'll see how it unfolds here. But I am going to keep this transparency on hopes that it doesn't get blocked with so many songs being reacted to in the same setting.
Cool.
All right, let's go.
I could make this right place for you. I could make it just right for you. I could make this right place for you. I could make it right. She a pro rider, rider. Must be an A1 gotta always throw a fucking slaughter when it come to love. She could be a damn fighter, fast gas slider. No one man could ever fight her. 하고 man 어찌 모든 걸 함께 해. 어째 이제 네가 줄 수 있는 게 없는데. Freaky you freaking me, begging you baby please. 평생 같은 개소리. Love is for the freaks here. Pro rider, rider. Must be an A1 gotta always on the fucking top when it comes to money. He could be a damn fighter, fast gas slider. No a woman could stop him. 하고 nuts. 괴물이 된 꼴이 you look like your guts. 그저 껍데기뿐인 trust. Freaky you freaking me, wishing you in a creep. 사랑은 망해 반드시. Love is for the freaks. I could make this right place for you. I could make it just right for you. I could make this right place for you. I could make it just right for you. I could play a right chord for you. I could take you right to the. I could make you right place for you. I could make you right. Now lay back. You've never been so high. No, you're afraid of heights. I will close your eyes. Now lay back. You've never been so high. No, you're afraid of heights. Don't say goodbye. 너 간 뒤로 비로소 난 살아있어. 매일 밤이면 과거의 나에게 보내는 유서를 써. 위스키 한 잔이면 털어질 모든 기억. 믿지도 않은 신께 빌어 네가 내 전부던 20대에서 벗어날 수 있도록 행복하길 바랄게. 진심이야 안 믿겠지만 참 즐겼던 관계. There's a stigma on my chest, it's called you. 함께했던 것조차 믿기질 않는 it was a fluke. And we could see the comments coming through. The monster hasn't been me. I beg you, baby, please, forever, ever wish you with true happiness. Damn.
Yeah, that's so fun. One of the freeing things about rap, because it's not stuck to harmonic confines, you don't really, it doesn't really matter, key is kind of irrelevant at that point.
Right.
Musically behind it, you can do a lot more freeing things. You don't have to stay within the, like I said, the confines of the harmony and the melody. And I love how he just changes stuff up, right? Like the keys just change randomly. That bridge was just, the rest of boom, 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 boom. It's in G minor. Then he goes to C minor, and then that, I forget what he did in that one bridge, but it was just totally out of left field. Which again, it doesn't matter when there's no melody, and it's so cool when you can do that because like, where are we now? Like,
and it's and he did it with his voice too. It's like that's where the RM president showed up, right? Like his tone, the conviction in his tone. We talked about that last time when we did a full breakdown of the song. But I love that shift as well. I don't know if I can find it.
Right. Know you afraid of heights. I will close your eyes. Now lay back. You've never been so high. Know you afraid of heights.
It's kind of floating here.
Don't say it goodbye. 너 간 뒤로 비로소 난 살아있어. 매일 밤이면 과거의 나에게 보내는 유서를 써. 위스키 한 잔이면.
Such a great transition.
So it's a B minor, but even that, it's detuned, so it's not even in your typical.
Yeah, it gives it like a haunting kind of quality, right?
It's like it's somewhere in the somewhere in the middle there.
Oh, super cool. All right, moving forward. All right, I think this is our first full song that we have not heard yet. No, this was only 2 minutes too. He's got like all these transition things going on.
Yeah. Also, I want to talk about his. I'm assuming that is his home studio, right, or the studio that he works out of.
I don't know.
I would imagine maybe it's just for the music video, but I feel like that's where he works out of it. And if that's the case, I love the atmosphere of that. I love the. I mean, it's a nice studio, but it still has that homey vibe, which I think can help in the creative process. Like Billie Eilish, I mean, her first album, I don't know if she still records out of this, but this is it was out of her bedroom, which I think is super cool. I think it just kind of gives that really intimate. I mean, there's something about being in your environment that brings out the creativity.
And you're there for days. I think there's an element of that is kind of needed. Like if you go in for one day, like I'm just tracking the vocal, I'm just tracking the guitar solo. You're there in the studio for one day. Maybe it doesn't have as much of an influence, but when you are writing the song and experimenting, which clearly he's doing on this album, it's not done in a day. I mean, that was recorded in one shot, which was super cool, but it's like you're there for days or weeks or months just experimenting. So yeah, having that atmosphere, I think, definitely plays into it.
And the flexibility, in the midst of eating a sandwich, like maybe you get an idea for something and you want to record it. It's great. I don't know. Exactly. That's why before there was all these, people could have their home studios. Bands and artists would go to these remote areas. They'd go to, Led Zeppelin would go to this, or Queen would go to a farm and record at the studio there just to have that and live there, just to kind of get that intimacy. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Out of Love. That might have an effect on it.
Perhaps.
It's like a flanger.
I'm just a pack of a cigarette. I'ma burn down the love and the hate, the right, the wrongs. Even the goddamn where I've been living it for my whole life. Smoking kills, I know it's my fucking business. You bitches, stop, don't talk shit. Ashes fall like the snow. I've been changing all the flow. Time to let go the past. The memories, the stacks of the truth. Diaries without priorities. Think I already killed myself out of the fucking fizz. Smoke, drink people, I know they stink. 다 한 번에 섞어버리고 I put them in the sink. 설거지는 안 해, cause it's my fucking script. 10몇 년 만에 이제야 다시 들린 내 creep. I don't belong here. 신은 죽어버리고 사랑은 묻어버렸네. 잡힌 너와 내가 믿는 진실은 다르게. 그래 널 원망하지 않아, 널 원망하지 않아. 사랑은 망하지 않아. Somebody always shitting on him. Somebody dish like a dish, always hating on him. Somebody dish like a dish, I'm a dish, always shitting on him.
Yeah.
Somebody kiss you.
Great player.
All you strangers, you did think you can't please me. 본지면 다 됐다고 you do believe me. 난 익숙하지, I love it when you hate me. Don't kiss me, don't see me, don't meet me, just eat me. Honesty's always a crime. Just tell me if you need a dime. But I can't give you my time, can't waste you my goddamn time. You know you was a crime. You care for one body, care for my mind.
Whew. Okay. So before I react to that, I just posted the one from, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, Elisa? Elisa. The review's very timely. RM's RPWP documentary debuted at the Busan Film Festival. What is the documentary on? Is it on, like, his album? Like a behind-the-scenes kind of thing? I'm just curious. It's... His sonic choices are interesting. The intro was like super digitized, like heavy panning, very computer, like you said, like the 80s reference, almost like the old synth sounds.
Yeah, I feel like he's using a lot of. You said digital, but it's actually the synths that he's using. I feel like are more analog based. They're the synths that came out in the 80s,
right?
But I know what you're saying. I mean, synths are more mechanical sounding in nature.
Yes.
But still, yeah, the ones that he's using, they're. So analog just means they're I don't even know what's the definition of analog. It's more real, I guess.
Well, it's like, yeah, it's cassette tape versus CD. In it's like instead of zeros and ones and layers of that of like a digital thing, it's more real. It is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there's more depth to the sound. It's the vinyl versus.
Yeah,
a DVD kind of thing. There's a warmness, a fullness to it. There's a body that's there that's hard to capture. And we've gotten to that point now with modern day technology where we can mimic it really
stuff
well.
Is getting really well, yeah.
Right.
But there's something about those old original sounds that people come back to, time and time again because they're special.
Imperfect. Part of that slight detuning, there's factors there that's like super interesting. But what I was going to say is, as the album has progressed here, we've gotten into this where there's even more organic analog sounds being fused. I think into the track. You've got what was the brass instrument?
I think it was a saxophone.
Sax.
Might have been a sax.
Does he play some sax?
One of the members does. I don't remember who.
I'm pretty sure V does, but I was curious if RM does as well. Yeah. I just thought it was the sonic choices keep evolving as the album is progressing forward, which is interesting.
Yeah, I would like to talk about. Oh, go ahead.
Yes. No, I was just going to say.
With a little delay. That's
my final thoughts on that one. Is
yes.
Wait, why won't it show? Never mind. I can't even show my final thoughts.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I wanted to discuss the naughty words for a second. So, I mean, I have nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with swearing in my book. I'm not a big swearer in real life, but I from time to time things slip out. But I will say, in the context of music, there is something, even though it's probably overdone in some styles of music. It just sounds good, doesn't it? The F word just sounds, phonetically, it just has a punch that I think that's why it's used as often as it is, because first of all, there's an emotional punch, which, as we know, I mean, that word can definitely accent certain emotions.
Yeah.
But also just phonetically, it just sounds cool. So it's like...
It gives an impact. And we've talked about this with BTS as a whole, is we've always admired their lyrical content outside of swearing and subject matter and things like that.
Right.
That it wasn't just used as filler or just derogatory of somebody else's work or things like that, particularly lyrically. So for him to kind of circle back to this, but use it in a way that he's just being authentic. It's excessive from maybe one perspective, but he's storytelling and just being raw from the other one, which is, I think, the point of this album and that track as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
What I was trying to do, it was funny that's what you brought up. This is what I was trying to do this again, and I couldn't figure out how to because it was an accident the first time. So we were on the same page. Okay. So this next track has someone featured on it. Little Sims. I don't know. Is that a Korean artist or a rapper? Let's see if the information is right here. You guys can fill us in. Right music. I'm going to use transparency again for the same reason I explained before. We will always have the links to the original in the description if you are new here or haven't seen this particular video before.
Yeah.
I'm thinking everybody here has, but
the internet hates us. Oh, real quick too, I would like to thank you, Chris, for the coffee. Thank you, everybody that supports us. We really appreciate it. And if you can't support us, if you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe and ring that bell and tell your friends. Tell all your friends.
Tell your best mates. All right, here we go. This is Domodachi. Domodachi.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. Let's see, I've got closed captions on, so hopefully that will come to light.
Every element is adventurous.
So this... Did we hear this in the intro track? I think it was like hinted in there.
I don't know. Yeah, what does this beat?
Motherfuckers want a big roll. Motherfuckers need a damn patrol. I've been slipping through a kind of bullshit. EJ jumps in my chosen. All suckers wanna get it. Take a sip, cause Johnny Bull I'm out of shit. All the suckers wanna hit it. I'ma lead you to the heaven group. The pity all my friends when they get around it. Always all my friends when they taking out the pose. Yeah, I'm out town with a bullshit. Get the fuck down, motherfucker, with a doing shit. No more goofing around, I won't cool shit. I'ma stay calm when they come with the new shit. Cause your boots are more up with that bullshit. 친구들은 more than truly how to shit. Yeah, hot, get fire when shouting. Let me go 8, get down with the party. Yeah, I'm knocked down, motherfucker, with the bullshit. Get the fuck down. Yeah, I'm 쳐들어가 bullshit.
Thank you for that. Thank you, friends. This is cool.
Motherfuckers want a big grow. Motherfuckers wanna take control. All my friends crying in the road. You won't get it. Free soul, better come with it.
Step in the place and they yell, go figure. Watch, I'ma go all out for my hitter. I already told them I'm a gorilla. Sims and RM, man, it don't get bigger. Catch me in the back when my G's them. Greet them with respect when you see them. Run me up a check, I'ma need that. And give my Cody a stack, cause that's my dog, that's my homie. You and I know, aren't you phony? I set the tone, listen up closely. You know my name, but you do not know me. I've got my broskies back till the end. You can't put one hand on my friend. We just here for a good time every day. Nay, son, I'm Chi Monte.
It's this wild, like, jazz fusion mixed into...
It's controlled chaos is what it is, and I love it.
That's a great way to describe this. It is. It's just the way it, like, goes in from the rap section to the next part. I don't know. It was just like this unsettling but settled, controlled chaos. It was like all of a sudden I was like, oh, now I'm
up
back
to
in
this point
place.
is a little unsettled. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very random too. Like when the girl rapper comes in and the beat just changes completely.
You're like,
but it works. There's no rhyme or reason for it. It's not connected to anything.
You were super delayed, but it's fun to watch and try to anticipate what you're going to say. I don't know what you were saying because I was too amused by it, but hopefully it catches up.
This is an example of controlled chaos on our head.
Exactly.
Am I still delayed? Hello?
Delayed? Oh, it's catching up. It's catching up.
Okay.
Nina had a great way to say it too. It's hypnotic. It is. There's something like, it's like a welcomed brainwashing taking place.
It's not the typical way that not what I typically want out of music. Usually when I listen to a song, I want some sort of emotional, I want it to take me on a roller coaster, but so this is a different thing, but I like it. It is more hypnotic. It's more like an experience as opposed to, what am I trying to say? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Oh, okay. It's more of like, this is interesting, but not from like a harmonic standpoint. It's just
I do know what you're saying.
Soundscapes that he's using. Yes,
we're just finding ways to say the same thing over and over because it is it's an interesting concept. And I think someone else used the word experimental early on in the chat, and I think that it definitely has that presence. Like, ooh, what if we take this sound here, and there's just kind of piecing together this sonic sculpture that's just unique.
But that's just great. Music is there's a large spectrum of what it can do for a person, and this this is definitely inducing a state of mind, and I'm here for it. I think it's really cool.
All right, let's keep going here. Hi, Tay-Tay. Yeah. Aw.
Really interesting.
Someone mentioned Lulu. I think you put here. I would say it is experimental and him bending frustration kind of thing. That just made me think a little bit more about the context of the lyrics and the music of everything. So when I say experimental, I don't think it was just like, what would this sound do? Like, I could hear that there was a quest, there was a search within this. Mm-hmm. There's a curiosity to find a way to express himself. I just wanted to add that to that idea that it wasn't just experimental just for the sake of experimenting. I think there's a definite purpose that's here. He's got too much musical history in everything he's done for it to just be haphazard. You know, there's definitely
Right.
definitely purposeful.
Oh, for sure.
Agendas.
No, that just came to me too. I feel like it's the difference of watching like a Stanley Kubrick film versus a Steven Spielberg film. You know, Kubrick is just it's more like a little bit heady, a little more analytical. And I mean, not to say that Spielberg hasn't done that, but you know, like his blockbusters from the '80s, where it's like watching E.T. and it's like da 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 da, da, and this is a little bit more avant-garde. It just makes you think in a different way.
Yeah, that was wild. I can. That's one of those tracks, and other than the featured Little Sims, I think it was, that was obviously a very rap like segmented moment. I wouldn't have even labeled it as a hip hop or rap song at all. Just the way everything's around it, at least the box that I would put it in my mind, and that goes back to something. Goes back to 13 months ago when we said BTS was K-pop. It was just like it was that box.
Yeah, we're all learning here.
Keep stretching outside of that.
Growing and evolving.
Oh my goodness. All right. So next up, let's see. Question mark interlude. Is it an interlude? I don't know. Let's listen and find out. That's literally the name of it.
Just rewind that for 1 second. Like even that little moment of you think it's the groove is going to be something completely different based on that little
Yeah. Let me hear it.
fill going in.
And it slows down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild.
I love this, and the sound of it's very lo-fi. It almost has that cassette tape feel to it.
Can you describe lo-fi for those that don't know that term? Lo-fi versus hi-fi.
Lo-fi. That's just that's short for low fidelity. So it's got its sonic spectrum is a little bit more squeezed. So doesn't have the big highs and the big bass. It's not full sounding. Yeah, almost sounds like it's underwater in a sense.
Or almost like it's almost like being out. If someone has, or maybe a really common day or occurrence would be if someone is playing music fairly loud in their car. It's not until they open it. It's like, oh, here's the full experience of the sound.
Right. Yeah.
Baseline. We love you, Chris.
Would have been better if I didn't know you. 'Cause every feeling I did feel is so true. I just hope you remember me. That's grave and you send it true. I know you got the best of me. But you know what? I don't mind it at all. That's me. What goes
The young drummer in my brain, because I stopped playing drums when I was around 18, is trying to wrap my head around this beat and what's happening off the hi-hat polyrhythmic like accents that he's doing. It's just such a wild approach to this. And then when RM lays his voice down, it just has this calming, laid back, but very powerful lyric. I mean, this lyric, let me go back here. I thought this was such a great line. If I can find it again. I just hope you remember me the best grave in your cemetery. It's like that's a wild line.
Yeah,
You think of the people
it
in
is.
your past, not necessarily a literal death, obviously, but just that those relationships are laid to rest kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you still want to, like, that's such a cool way to describe it, having a visual impact with it. With this, again, controlled chaos musically, and then he just has like this presence on top of it, on the surface. It's really cool contrast.
Yeah, I always appreciate that level of courage to be able to just be so wildly outside of the box, because it is. He's doing
Yeah.
some just really crazy stuff. And I mean, he's not playing these parts. I mean, this is all somebody's either programming them, or he's finding loops someplace.
Or just
Either
track.
way.
I mean, I think he's got, he's tracking live musicians, but he's still arranging it and putting his.
Do you think somebody's playing the drums? Because I feel like it's more of a loop thing.
I feel like it could be triggered. Like I'm wondering, just the way it's being manipulated tempo wise, which you could do in the studio. Obviously, you can control it. So it's like, because the sounds are so constant. So when you have the snare or the hi-hat just like the exact same sound over and over and over again, very often that means it's triggered. So it could have been either programmed, like literally, click by click on the mouse, or someone played it, like even on, it could be even a live kit, and then
I don't think it's a live kit. I think it's using the whatever the what is it called, the drum
pads.
pad.
Yeah. No, what I was trying to describe though is like you can actually have someone play the drums, and then just by the impact of when the stick hit the hi-hat or the snare or the tom, you can replace that sound with something called triggers. And so I'm just explaining that it could be, we often hear that you don't think about in the studio. It could be a live drummer, but it sounds synthesized or triggered, or live drums. I don't know, that there's parts of this that feels like just the way the tempo's moving, it felt like a little played. You don't think so?
No, it could be. I don't know for sure, but I mean, just being in the studio with Sam, he has a bunch of plugins, and
You guys are doing
loops.
state of the art stuff.
And there's
yeah.
Now they have loops where I don't know how they got the loops. Maybe somebody played it at some point, but it's a loop that you can choose, and it does have a realistic feel to it. Either way,
but that's my point, is where it derived from. So he could have chosen it versus.
That's what I mean. I think he chose it. So
yeah.
But either way. So my point is that to make those choices even and be like, okay, this is totally, listening to the loops. It's so easy to get in this thing where it's like, okay, this makes sense with what I'm doing. Okay, this kind of works with what I'm doing. What he's doing is he's got something that he's got a framework that he has established, and what he's doing is like saying, okay, this is totally different. Let's go with this. And I love that. I love that courage to be able to do that, because it's so easy to get in that mode of like, okay, well, this makes sense. It's, I don't know. It's really cool. I love it.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going here.
What goes around comes around. It goes around, comes around.
Wow.
That was wild.
God.
So
This is crazy.
So
To go
RM,
from
Domi, and JD Beck were the writers, producers on this.
Okay, yeah. No, I was just gonna say to go from smooth like butter da, 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 to something like this is amazing. I love it. I love both. I love both for what they
That's
offer.
great. All right, next up is Groin. So we have another music video to watch. I'll keep the closed captions on, but I'm going to put the transparency in hopes that we don't get kicked off YouTube and I have to put this on Patreon or break it up into a million pieces here. So, all right, let's go. Let's see what's going on here. So JD back as a drummer on that one. Okay. Again, all the little detuned touches in this.
I know Butter's BTS, but just I mean, he isn't BTS, so
yeah.
To make that leap is cool.
Yo, 세상에 재수 없는 세기가 많아. 어쩌라고 뭐 가던 길이나 가라. 세상엔 알 수 없는 세기가 많아. 부딪힐 것 같으면 난 더 세게 밟아. Just fuck it up, bitch. Every time you know I fuck it up, bitch. 이렇게 번번이 또 망치고 말아. 나 스님은 못돼 타인의 말은 내게는 언제나 오해. Not a fucking diploma. 이제 좀 살만하니 뭔 책임을 더 없네. 내가 뭘 대표해. 나는 나만 대표해. 화병 나서 죽기 전에 할 말은 하자. 맘 안 드는 놈한테 난 무조건 빵상 무조건 빵상. 내가 뭘 하든 이제는 못 말려 방살. I see what I see, I be what I be. I'll set you free. Can tell you nothing, I'm so far. What it do, just come. Get your ass out of trunk. Get your ass out of trunk. Get your ass out of trunk. Your face, I'm like fuck it. Get your ass out of trunk. Get your ass out of trunk. Get your ass out of trunk. Don't care what you talk. Get your ass out of trunk. Get your ass out of trunk. Get your ass out of trunk. You walk like a dog. Get your ass out of trunk. Get your ass out of trunk. Ass out of trunk. Ass out of trunk. Yo, 세상엔 재수 없는 새끼가 많아. 어쩌라고 뭐 가던 길이나 가라. 세상엔 알 수 없는 세기가 많아. 나는 더 세게 밟아 그냥 더 세게 밟아. Yeah, fuck it up, I fuck it up. 지금 오는 해롭지만 I suck it up. 이제는 거꾸로 더 절벽으로 사냥형과 함께 어머니 속썩이러. 어쩌면은 법이로 아니 그건 never know. 난 착하게 살 거야 하지만은 you never know. 눈은 좀 깔아줘 그러니 자극하지 말아줘. 친구가 되고 싶다면 그냥 술이나 좀 따라줘. yeah. I see what I see, I be what I be. I'll set you free.
These musicians are great on this. You know what's actually fun about that one too is he has what could arguably be a endless budget. I mean, he could make a music video that's just like cinematic quality. And we've seen that from BTS and from RM obviously. So to have something just raw, it's like, hey, I got this idea. Let's go shoot it in the backyard. Kind of feel like it has that intentional vibe too, which is
cool. A deliberate choice, and and more expensive is not necessarily better.
Yeah,
and I've learned that over time because I used to think, it's like, oh, I need a great guitar. I need a $2,000 guitar for it to sound good. Until I learned that for some songs, maybe a $200 Fender works the best. It's all about the effect that you want to choose.
That quality that you're looking for, and not necessarily good or bad, just an emotional or sonic intention that's there.
Yeah. His choices on this whole album are fantastic. That song I feel like is the single. That song we just heard. I think that's just got a grit.
For me, that's the one I'm the most disconnected from. So it has it's a cool funky vibe to it. Like it's like, okay, this is cool, everything like that, but like the top line, all the swearing, it's not my thing.
Right.
I can appreciate it. I can step back and be like, okay, I get it. I can see for those who are into this. Look, I don't rap. I couldn't use the word homie in a sentence to save my life and make it flow. It's not my thing.
Right.
But the other pieces so far are just like more like they just pique my interest more. So it's a taste thing. But I can certainly appreciate what he's got.
Yeah, I like the experimental nature of the other ones. I feel like that one's probably the most ups down the center. Just feels good. I don't know. It's really cool. And by the way, so when I made that reference to Butter, I do realize that's a BTS song, and I realize that there are probably better BTS songs to the fans. My point was just to compare, like, just the pop, the total pop bubblegum streamlined sound of that stuff to this. I think is incredible that he's part of both. I mean, that's great.
Yeah,
obviously
absolutely.
This is more his bag. It's the rap stuff, and that's where he comes from. But yeah, I think it's great.
Quick side note, thank you so much, Latte Lover, for, was it 11 coffees I think you bought?
Oh,
for
I
the
don't know. I didn't even
songs?
see that. Oh, she's always thematic.
I love it. Tomorrow,
theme.
60 songs by... No.
Yeah, thanks so much, Latte.
We love you. Thank you so much for your support. All right, so this song is Heavy. Heaven. I can't read this font. It took me a second. Heaven. With the lyrics. Here we go.
Take my hand, 'cause you went inside it. If that's your delight,
See, I like this vibe. This is cool.
come ruin my vibe. Take my hand. Oh, you ain't invited. Go grab your knife and watch me collapse. You don't need to hide it. I know what.
When you're in the studio coming up with transitions, how much time do you spend on that? Like,
what do you mean by transitions?
like even like these little choices, they have this like, pew, and then it rests for a second, and so that's what I mean by sonic transition. Listen to it again so everybody knows what I'm talking about here.
You don't need to hide it.
So when you write a song,
it depends on the song.
Yeah, I mean, typically it's like, well, here's a verse, a chorus, a bridge. You might kind of structure things in a certain way, but transitions are sounds. It could be a guitar, a bass line, a drum fill. Very often now, and especially in pop music, has like some sort of synthesized,
a riser type of thing, or
like almost like a wind sound. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think choosing that is a big deal. It's not that it's going to make or break the song, but it definitely keeps you engaged. When they're not there, you feel their absence. I like a lot of their transition choices here.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's keep going.
I know what you are. High, you do it every time. Don't let me ignite it. You tryna rewind. Higher, but not for this time. I'm feeling so good here with me. Feeling so full here with me. Everything's untakeable. My pieces are unbreakable. Take my heaven for free. Your words and face don't kill me. You know you're not unlovable. I'm happy where the devils are.
Cool verse.
that's your delight. Take my heaven. Oh, you ain't invited. Go grab your knife and watch me collapse. So take my heaven.
Interesting lyric. Nice.
Again, really
Great
interesting.
song.
Yeah, that chord progression's really cool. Oh, that's not a good sound. This sounds like. Hold on. In my heaven. So we got a major 7th F sharp chord. Da-na-na-na. That's a cool change right there. So it's
I
going
agree.
from the major 7th F sharp to the da-da-da-da. That's a D major 9. Goes to the A, and then this. Interesting.
There's a satisfying and faction at the same time, which is satisfaction, feeling that comes with that.
Richard can't get no satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
I can't get no.
Oh my goodness. All right. We are moving forward. We got some more to go here. I know you have to get to the studio, so we're like trying to get through the whole album, so I'm excited about here. We have this is another music video. This is Lost. And it's a picture of him in a labyrinth. So that makes sense to me. And at this point, I have no idea what to expect. Like,
No.
None. I don't know. Are
No.
we going hip hop, like 80s influence? Do we have like these 60s, 70s chord progression? Are we going to hit a nightclub, like a jazz fusion thing? I have no idea. So I like that feeling of not knowing what's next.
Yeah. His videos are always interesting too.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I got to put them on the transparency.
Not that we can see them, but theoretically they're.
I can, and you all can too when you click on the link below in the description after the live stream, if we haven't been blocked, where you can go watch all the videos yourself. Here you go. Okay.
He likes the saxophone.
It does. And this, like, I was thinking, oh, this is fun.
Good evening. 좋은 저녁이에요.
Presenting his new solo single.
Lost.
저는 이 노래를 너무 좋아요.
그는 오늘 밤 우리 위해 공연해요. Performing for us tonight.
Give it up for RM.
Oh, there's no closed captions. Oh, here we go.
I get low, I get low. Take it for the low, I get lost.
Perhaps Latte, yeah.
Take it for the low, I get lost. Take it for the low, it was you. It was you.
Behind the camera.
I'm goddamn lost. I've never been to a club before I hit the club. I never felt so free before your goddamn girls. I never felt so fine before I hit the club. hold up. Damn, now thank you, don't worry. 정신 차려보니 어느새 나 통한 거래. 시간은 손살 14살 get 벌써 30. And I look up in the sky, it's a silver cloud, you hurry. Dump it underground, pick it up, throw it in the trunk. Dump it underground, pick it up, throw it in the trunk. Dump it underground, pick it up, throw it in the trunk. Dump it underground, pick it up, now let's go dump. Dump it underground shit. Dump it underground shit. 난 자꾸 넘어져, 피가 흐르는 중. I get lost in the ground, but I'm bagging at you. I'm goddamn lost, goddamn lost. I've never been to club before I hit the club.
Thank you, Flory.
I got temptation. Every morning, every night, I always feel lifeless. And in the morning, I feel love, I hug it in excitement. Every morning, every night, I always feel excitement. When I feel lonely as fuck, I still lifeless. I'm never loving alone, gonna lightless. I'm goddamn lost. I never been to club before I hit the club. I never felt so free.
Wild things happen in this video. Lo-fi.
Yep, that's lo-fi.
Hi-fi.
I got temptation. I got temptation. I got temptation. I got temptation. I got temptation.
That was.
Incredible.
Lost is out everywhere.
Give it up for RM.
What's happening? Okay.
I got temptation. I got temptation. I got temptation. I got temptation. I got them.
Nice.
He's just having a ball doing this. I feel like
Yes.
he's just having
Yes.
so much fun creating the music, the music videos.
So far, I feel like that song was probably the best, like, centerpiece representing the whole. You know, it has its pop sensibility, has like this single feel, still experimenting with some sounds. It's like him leading as a rapper, but still has the choir parts and just some of the detuned elements that you hear in other pieces. So that was cool.
Yeah, now I would put that with what was the one that I said kind of had a single, I forget the name of it. Yeah, those two kind of have, to me, like they're the most radio ready.
I think it was Groin, the one that you liked.
Okay, Groin.
Hey, you picked it, not me.
I forgot that it was.
I actually like Nuts more. I like Heaven. I liked because it was like very. It had like
what is the theme of this album? Is there an underlying theme with Groin? Okay, anyway.
But Nuts, it was just like so. I think so interesting in a lot of the choices all the way around, and then Come Back to Me, which we already heard as well, and that's the closer. And I'm excited to hear that one again because we only heard it once on the channel. And that one had more. That was a little bit darker, a little bit moodier, if I recall correctly. And I really liked the melody there. So, But right now, we have Around the World in a Day is next up. This is another lyric one.
Arms, nuts, and groin.
All right, so this one features... Who is this? Moses Sumney.
Okay.
So we have another voice to check out here. Yeah, let's go.
There's something about those 80s synths, like, just...
Oh, that arpeggiation thing that was going on?
Yeah, but, I mean, it's just, everybody... it was kind of made popular again with Stranger Things, that show Stranger Things. It was kind of 80s themed, and the theme song... Very programmed,
Yeah,
like
I don't know that one for reference, but...
Oh, you've never seen that?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty good.
Okay, Mr. I don't watch Marvel movies, but go on.
True. Touche. Yeah, there's just something about them, just the primitive nature of them, which is, I feel like at one point, like anything, it's like, okay, the 80s happened, they were awesome, and then people are like, okay, they're sort of passe, and they have come back with a vengeance, and they're not going anyplace anytime soon.
All right, let's go.
Look around, say I love them all your life.
That's cool.
Only time will sort it out. If it's right, if it's wrong, then I'll tell you. Only time will sort it out. Is it right, is it wrong? I can tell you that I've outgrown. Look around, say I love them all your lives. Only time will sort it out. Only time will sort it out.
Oh, that's cool. Going here.
If it's about to sign, only time will sort it out. Let's run the night. If it's their design, when the time will sort it out. Let's end masquerade. If it's by design, only time will sort it out. What's wrong is right. Yeah, it's start this night.
These vocal layers are really interesting.
Be watching.
So strange, I love it. Great.
I see you laughing all around the town. I see you laughing all around and round.
In the brass.
Laughing all around the town. I see you laughing all around. Look around, jump around like I live that rough. Motherfuckers in the crowd, let my whip that club. And that's around, let it tell you. I be acting like they heard you. I'm around in the club and I be stepping on like screw. I just miss that. Sometimes I don't say shit, yeah. You hit me back a lot of times, I never did that. I can barely sleep, I got your ghost in my closet. If you want my body, that's some tears, give me the loot. There's a loot shit. I'm gonna roll, you roll them up every time. I'm gonna ride till the end of love ain't better. I never mind cause I wanna do dance better. I'm sick and tired of you getting told dreads at it. No, I ain't cool, but I'm in the mood. All the fucking numb and everything is rude in the mood. I'm a bird loud, everything's getting rather loose. And I'm both cloud, and I'm down with you, let it loose. 내가 또 잠에 든다면 나를 좀 때려줘. 속이 좀 안 좋아 그래 그냥 좀 내려줘. 길을 잃고 난 뒤 경치가 더 beautiful. 내 꼴 마치고 발견되길 소원하는 분실물. 길을 잃은 우리들 we look so pitiful. 이제 약간 미소 띠며 지켜들어 충지로. Yeah, the past, the present, my past. They give it to you. 난 고장난 내가 좋아 bitch, that's that shit.
what we're listening to now is not where I thought, like it's coming back to the same melody.
Yeah.
But, and then it goes. It's got this like mid '90s like R&B little riffs. Then I thought we were going to "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls" here. And then
I love the minimalism there too.
And this totally bizarre synthy guitar thing.
And then the day in the life of the Beatles thing.
And that big build up to this. And this whole song's a journey.
It is. Can you go to that little transition that
Yeah.
that
Yeah, that was
that
awesome.
crescendo? That's very Beatlesque. I just want to go.
Look around, jump around like I let.
There they come across
Yes.
my head.
Yes.
On the way downstairs and had a smoke. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
great.
good.
All right, so let's come in on the tail end of this this rap part. Their voices sound so good together, and the layering and everything, and then listen to through the end here.
Let it loose. 내가 또 잠에 든다면 나를 좀 때려줘. 속이 좀 안 좋아 그래 그냥 좀 내려줘. 길을 잃고 난 뒤 경치가 더 beautiful. 내 꼴 마치고 발견되길 소원하는 분실물. 길을 잃은 우리들 we look so pitiful. 이제 작은 미소 띠며 지켜들어 충지로. Yeah, the past, the present, my past. They give it to you. 난 고장난 내가 좋아 bitch. That's that shit.
Great melody.
If it's wrong, then I'll tell you. Now what's wrong? Is it right? Is it wrong? I can tell you that I've outgrown.
Exactly.
I love how loose this is too.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I want to hear that whole thing again. This is ending here.
If it's wrong, then I'll tell you. Now what's wrong? Is it right? Is it wrong? I can tell you that I've outgrown.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. That was cool. That was pretty cool.
Again, I love the looseness of the whole thing. They're not really together. There's some moments coming in, they're a little flat or a little sharp or whatever, but it works. Like it's I don't know. I miss that in music, and maybe Latte was right when she said it's coming back around. We'll see, because I mean, I like streamlined stuff too, but there's something enlivening about the imperfections. The humanity in music, which I feel like this whole album is really, even though there's programmed things, there's elements that are, that are present, but
that's
like
at
you
its
were
center.
saying, yeah, but at its center, there's that imperfection. Like there's, in his vocal delivery, he's not pitch bending anything. Those choir moments, it almost sounds like it's just one take. You're just getting in the room and just do it. Just go,
Yes.
Let's just go for it. I go around.
That was great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
All right. What is this? It's like two symbols. Is it two pi? It's not pi. Is it? What am I looking at, guys? So its credit roll is in parentheses. So are the two symbols, is that Korean? characters?
I mean,
My ignorance is really shining through right now, I'm sure.
It's hard to see, but it does look like pie. And what's
Yeah.
better than one pie? Two pies.
I agree.
Tasty.
If you could let us know, that would be great. Also, huge thank you, super chat to Jazz. Thank you very, very
Yes.
much.
Aline maybe? Aline? I don't know.
Well, it's like a crying.
Thank you.
A crying symbol in Korean. Let me just throw that up there.
Oh.
Like tears. Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
Okay.
All right. Let me set the transparency. Okay.
I'm
I'm surprised we haven't been kicked off YouTube yet. Like we're an hour and 17 minutes in, and we're still live. This is amazing.
Small victories.
All right. Here we go.
Again, these little synth sounds, they just got something.
When the credits roll, do you hang tight? Do you stay inside?
It's
or
got like
love
the
to
nuts delivery
live?
again.
I'm so grateful for everyone's time. Hope you all had such wonderful night. When the credits roll, do you hang tight? Do you stay inside or love to live? I'm so grateful for everyone's time. Hope you all had such wonderful night. When the credits roll, do you hang tight?
Is that it?
It's great.
Yes. When
I
watching,
love that there's no rules to this. He's
there
like, all right,
isn't any.
it's been 72 seconds. I have nothing more to say in this song. Let's end
I
it.
have
Okay.
I have achieved my goal. You know what? Let's make a music video for that one. On top of it, this
I
whole
don't know.
scene.
Maybe this just goes back to what I was saying before. Like, I've been a rule follower, definitely through high school, and because I'm a good little boy, But I love it when people just throw caution to the wind and just do what they want to do.
I would love to take at least partial credit for that influence in your world. I'm very proud of corrupting you.
Yeah.
I don't know how you made it through college because I kept trying to pull you out. No,
You
you have to
did.
go conquer the world. Stop
I
doing
stayed
your
in.
homework.
I stayed in. I finished it. But yeah.
And you were a good balance to me for sure.
I'm the one that got Richard to wear something different than black. I think ultimately
For a day.
for a day.
It was a big deal. Okay, so we're coming back to Come Back to Me. Do you remember the song that we wrote called Come Back to Me? It's like
No.
early 2000s. Camarelli
Oh.
sang it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. How does that
How
one
did
go?
that go?
I don't remember. So many songs.
So many songs. All right, I'm done with my nostalgia. Because I don't remember the hook. It obviously wasn't that good.
No, it's a good hook.
All right, so we have watched this one. We're gonna watch it again. This is the closer to the album. I remember really enjoying this one as well. So it'll be nice to hear it for a second time.
Yeah. There's a lot of acoustic guitar on this album, which I like too.
Mm-hmm. I remember the
Interesting
whistle
chord
part.
progressions.
Yes.
He says no.
Good boy.
He said no.
I told you I'm finding night staying good. Spring's always been here. I will sleep in her eyes. Come back to me like you used to do. Be what you be. I will roll you to moon. I forgot the hour. I don't wanna know about the hour. I forgot the shower. 세수할 시간도 아까워. You don't have to be. You don't have to be the anything you say. Try not to be. Try not to be. There's something in this say. Come back to me like you used to. Now I could see what a life is about. I told you I'm finding out.
I like this approach in movies too, where there's a sense of like space and calmness with the disturbing scene. You know, because there's like chaos. There's she's mad. She's, you know, obviously there's the fight of some kind, and there's just like this internal dialogue or feeling taking place. That
Yeah.
What's the word I want to use? Not contrast, not juxtaposition.
Juxtapositions?
Yeah, that too.
Dichotomy?
Dichotomy. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. I like that emotional dichotomy between what you're seeing and what you're hearing. And sometimes flip the other way around too, right? It's like a really calm romantic scene. There's just like chaos going on. I just think it was a really cool choice here.
Yeah, I feel like Quentin Tarantino does that really well in his movies where, yeah, it'll just be total chaos and the song behind it's just like, just call me angel of the morning, or whatever it is.
Right.
Or like,
Life is
what's that?
bad.
Yeah, the Deadpool movies, I feel like they do that well too. The if I'm in a bottle,
Yes.
the first thing that I like to do.
I told you I'm fine tonight. Stay good. Spring's always been here. I will sleep in her eyes.
Thank you, Flory.
I see you come back to me. I see you come back to me.
I love that head voice layers here too.
Forgot the hour. I don't wanna know about the hour. I forgot the shower. 세수할 시간도 아까워. You don't have to be. You don't have to be the anything you say. Try not to be. Try not to be. There's something in this say. I told you I'm fine tonight. Stay good. Spring's always been here. I will sleep in her eyes.
This resolves. that. I mean, not that it matters what the favorite song is per se, and I'm sure every time you listen through an album, like your attention can shift or what mood you're in, what stands out the most to you. But this is probably my favorite, just in terms of the structure, the feeling. There's like I can truly enjoy this song while doing other things or whatever. Have it on in the car while I'm driving, or even just while I'm jogging. So like vibe wise, I think this is my favorite if I had to pick one. Not that anybody asked. Not that anybody cares, but this one stands out to me. My taste.
We care. Yeah, it's hard to say. I'd have
great.
to go back and hear it again, which I plan on doing because I liked it a lot.
But there's others like, if I'm an
like I said,
adventurous
not-
move. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
the delay. Go ahead.
Okay. No, it's just like I said before. It's not necessarily my style or what I would go to initially, but I really enjoyed it in a lot of ways, and to me it changed my whole, I don't know like my vibration or something. I just feel like I'm in a different state right now. I do, and it's like it had that effect, and it's just it's a whole collection. It's not, and that's when I'm thinking of my favorite song. It's hard to say because to me it really was a total work. I mean, everything really goes together in a great way, and it's controlled chaos, like we were saying before. It's just, but it's cohesive too.
It really is. Thank you,
Yeah.
Aubrey, so much for the super chat. I like that it says hippo character throwing a blazing uppercut in the air with the word KO appears in the background. We couldn't see the image, but the description is fantastic. And I want to go back to the beginning. I said I have yet to hear, this is going to be my first time experiencing an entire rap album. Well, I still have not experienced an entire rap album because that's not what this was. This is not like a boxed label of rap, even though he's the rap monster delivered on so many layers. That's what made it so interesting.
Yeah, it's got rap. It's got sort of a hip hoppy thing, but it's also sort of indie as well. It's a great mixture of definitely those two things. There's a little bit of jazz influence. A little bit of soul going on. It's a little bit of gospel. Yeah,
That was great.
really, really interesting. And he's as we've discovered, I mean, he's a very bright person. So it's like I'm not surprised that I think there's a genius to
For sure.
for like the randomness that we were talking about before. I feel like it was very intentional. Like all that randomness it was put there on purpose.
Well, if you imagine putting this on loop, you going back to that first kind of chaotic digital thing after what we just heard. Like it just, I mean, again, going back to the whole feeling of the story and having to, the process of feeling him evolve through his music and the experimental aspects, but that's what life is. Like we all have that journey and the chaos and the calmness. And so it's just, the album is an experience, and that is missing, I have to say, in most music today. Definitely not all, but a lot of the albums put out are so single driven. It's like, let's stack the first 3 best songs here, and then I have an idea that the label will be like, oh yeah, we'll let you add that one at the end because you care about it. And it's driven in that sense, but the album experience is lacking in the industry. So it's nice to hear this very almost stream of consciousness feeling that you have through this. So that was cool.
Yeah. One of the benefits of being that massively popular and successful is you have that choice to be experimental and do your own thing. Not to say that a lot of people do that, because there is a risk factor involved in that. But the ones that do it and do it well,
Right.
I think it really is super beneficial for them long term. I think that just their longevity is just much more intact doing
For
that
sure.
as an artist, because people are big. Wow, this is a true artist, and I will stick with them. It's not just a trying to cash in type of thing.
And
they're true artists.
That's a huge risk, because a lot of the times when you're at the top, like you're saying, very often artists don't take risks because they're so afraid of losing what they have. You know, that the ego, just the human element, and financially, and just all those things, and everyone depending on your success, that sometimes it's hard to go that route. So it is always a risk, and we definitely appreciate that for sure.
Yeah.
So on that note, thank you everybody for joining us today. We will be back on October 28th to do another full album experience, this time with Jimin. In the meantime, later this week, we have Dimash, If I Still Have Power. I live in Orlando, and we have a hurricane coming, so hopefully we are here.
Yeah, stay safe.
Yes, and tomorrow, 1OK Rock Live, and of course, thank God it's Filipino Friday on Friday. So we hope you all have an amazing week. We love you all. It's great to see you, Army, and we look forward to seeing you again.